What's up, YouTube? It's Credit Guy Frank here, coming to you again today with yet again another video. All right, now today I want to simply just piggyback off of the last video I made, and once again, please guys, drop those likes, comment down below if you got any questions, if you got any future video ideas you want me to drop, if it's anything that you think I didn't cover, definitely comment below. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's up. All right, so check this out. Today, I want to piggyback off of the last video because I just want to make sure that you guys know exactly what it is that you need to be doing step by step when you're going into this, all right? Now, I know I have videos that are similar to this previously, but this is a new day. It's probably been like at least 6 months to a year since those videos have been made, because you all know I've been telling y'all to fall back for a little bit off of the CPs because the banks is going to be closed, not really going to be doing anything. But now you need to be at least building up just to make sure that once everything comes back open, which soon it will, definitely within the next 3 to 6 months, you need to make sure that you have everything in order so that you can already be ready to go, because I'm going to come back to this. And if you're not in position, you're going to feel like probably how you're feeling now, ill prepared. All right. So the things that you need to actually start your journey is going to be, of course, the CP. All right. You're going to need a CPN if you want to run these plays. Now, I'm not telling you to do any of these things. This is all for you. If you want to do it, it's just educational purposes only, but it is a bag in it. Not gonna lie. All right. So the things that you definitely need is, number one, you need the number. Okay. You need the number. You can't do anything without the number. The second thing that you need is you need to make sure that you get your digital footprint out there. All right, some people call this public records and things like that. I just call it a digital footprint because it's something that everyone has digitally. And if you don't, 9 times out of 10, you're kind of like an alien of this world. All right, if you're not enrolled in some of these side places that are very common, Pizza Hut, Walgreens, things like that, then really you're not a human being, and you're definitely not an adult. And a lot of these things is going to help you when it comes to these systems, because this whole world is connected. All right. The only thing that's different is just the name on the company and things like that, but it's all connected. Okay. So the more of that you have, it's always going to be the best. Okay. Now, I'm not going to talk to you guys too much about trade lines and things like that, because I think that you all know exactly what type of trade lines that you need, whether if it's primary, authorized users and things like that. So that's not extremely important as of right now. But if you need some of those, drop that in the comments, because I'll definitely make a video showing you guys or telling you guys where to go and how many to get and what's acceptable and what's not. All right. But if you watch some videos on this channel, you should already know that. All right. So with the CPs, you just make sure that you have the primaries, blah, blah, blah. But you want to make sure that you're built out correctly. You want to make sure that you have your digital footprint. All right. And one of the main things that you want to make sure that you have, or the two main things that you want to make sure that you have, is you want to make sure that you get an ID. It doesn't have to be physical. It could be scannable as well. Of course, those are separate prices, but it could be a scannable. It could be a physical. And not to get into Credit Karma or anything like that. You don't need an ID to get into Credit Karma. And if they're asking you for that, then you probably did something wrong. Or if you haven't done anything wrong, you could definitely still use another credit monitoring service. It's not like Credit Karma is like the most accurate anyway. So there's really not like a go-to service, or it's not going to give you any or get you any benefit, right? So you don't need it for monitoring your credit, because if you haven't done anything with your credit, then you should already know what your credit is anyway. All right. If you've been making your payments on time, if you've been doing exactly what you need to do, you should already know from how many accounts to your utilization to how much money you have behind you. And if you have any negatives or not, you should already kind of know what standing that you're in. All right. So it shouldn't be too much rocket science with that. But you want to make sure that you have the ID, so that when you're trying to go and get loans and different things like that, or if you have a business that you're trying to connect to really, really cash out, then you definitely want to make sure that you have these things. If you want to get phones and things like that, if you want to run that play to where you're getting phones and then they didn't come, and then now you get more phones, and I can show you how to run it. It's not as simple as I'm speaking on, but it's definitely still ways where you can easily get that, because we're faced up against the system, right? We have the power though. Okay. So it just depends on not what you say, but how you say it. All right. So you have to be able to touch people's points. You have to be able to understand exactly what's going on. That's very, very, very important. And I can't stress it enough. So I'm going to always continue to preach that. But you need these things so that you can get the small things that you need so that you can run the different plays. All right. There's different banks that you can go to, of course, fintech companies, and when you're with your actual transactions, which I show you guys, with your actual transactions on ways you can get loans and different things like that. But you can also get bank loans as well from those smaller banks, but you're gonna need some identification. All right, that's just how it is. I didn't make the rules, but this is what it comes to. Now, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. It just means that you have to follow the system at hand right now today. And if you want to continue with keeping up to date with everything, then this is something that you're going to literally have to get or cross off your bucket list so that you can, just be maneuvering, not just today, but even down the line. All right. Because next year, 2 years from now, when it's a different play, it's probably going to take the same baseline, but you don't want to be able to, or you don't want to have to stop there or not get no money there because of, whatever is going on. All right. So I just want to remind you guys, Christmas is also coming up in September. All right. So if you're thinking how you're supposed to be thinking, you should know Christmas is coming up. That's about 90 days from now. You should have a business flowing. You should be getting your personal credit straight. You should be building your personal credit. All right. You should be getting these things in order. The world is not the same. You need that cash, guys. Do not give up. You need that cash. You need to have multiple ways to get that cash. Your personal need to be good. You need to be getting on that end. Then you need to build a business and have trade lines on that so you can have a standalone so they don't have to actually go off of you, and you need to be getting money from that. All right. You can get more money once you actually align your business with your personal, right? So you can actually get money with protecting your personal. That's why I always have, or always want you guys to have, a business that's a standalone, right? Because once you can hold your own, then I don't need a personal guarantor, but I can use it if I want to get more money. You feel me? And then on the side, if you got a CP, 3 CPs, 5 CPs, you know how to build them. You know exactly what you're doing. You know how to get, 5,000 here, 8,000 here, 12,000, So with all of these things in motion at the same time, you should come to a place to where, okay, money is pretty easy to get. You know what I'm saying? Money is pretty easy to get, especially if you're not working a job or something like that. If you're working a job, that's another income. But if you're not working a job or anything like that, you should definitely be focused on like literally making money multiple ways. All right, easy as possible. Once you realize you can start clicking a button and money gets generated, 9 times out of 10, you want to be learning that as fast as possible. All right. So you want to make sure that you have your public record straight. Of course, you want to build it. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you need to know exactly where to go and the documents that you'll need, whether if it's pay stubs, whether if it's a social security card, which most of the time you don't need that, but you definitely would need a scannable ID or a regular ID to get loans and different things like that, or even a credit card if that's what you need, because you want to be able to have confidence. All right, when you're going into T-Mobile, you're going into different places, or you're getting somebody else to go in there for you, you want to have confidence in what you're doing. If you don't have all of the documents that you need and you can't be who you're saying that you are, then you can't jump into character. You can't really get what you need so that you can get what you need. You feel me? You don't always have to show up as you. You know what I'm saying? You can show up how you want to show up to get the bag. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. Or run the play. Run the play. If you know somebody that, you know what I'm saying, or you know somebody homeless, then you can use that. You feel me? It's many different ways that you can do it, but I always suggest you to do it, number one, the right way. I'm going to teach you how to do it the safe way, to where you're exceeding the limits. And I'm going to also teach you to combine your resources. If you got 3 friends, if you got a girl, if you got 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, one person need to be operating on the business side. One person need to be rocking with the CPs. One person need to be operating on the business side. One person need to be rocking with the social, with the personal credit. You feel me? I almost slipped up and said some other, but guys, just hone in on this, and trust me. Whatever you listen to, whatever you understand, especially if you listen to the right things, your brain is going to absorb it, and you're just going to be in the field, and things are just going to magically form. That's just the way it goes. Now, what I will not suggest is you to use anybody else's information, like pros and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to get you in a different type of situation. A lot of those videos and things like that you guys see, that's not coming from a CP. All right? It's literally coming from pros, or somebody using somebody's actual identification, which is a big difference from using a CP if it's done the right way. So make sure it's clean, make sure it's good, make sure you're the only one building on it, and then you can actually proceed to where there's no complications, because they got a system too. They can just open up their system, look and see what's going on, like, oh dang, somebody else is using this number over in here in Utah. So what's going on? Right? So understand what's going on, understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and then understand the actual process so you can duplicate that process. Because remember, we got the mindset of abundance. So what we're going to do is we're going to see something that works. We're not going to turn our back on that. All right, we're going to continuously do it, continuously do it until we get into the situation that we want to be in, or until we're making money from something else using that money. But it ain't sweet out here. So I want to make sure that I'm always dropping you guys games so that you guys can never feel stuck in any kind of way, or especially not giving up, because we ain't doing that at all. We make each other smarter. We make each other stronger. Let's get it, man. It's Credit Guy Frank here, coming to you today with another video. You know I'm no cutting it. I'm not doing no edits, but I do welcome anybody who want to come and do edit videos, want to try to market and do different things like that. That's fine with me. I don't really have time for it because I try to drop game on y'all. I'm actually in the field running different businesses and things like that. And I also got some stuff going on in the cut as well, along with my real life. You feel me? So it's a lot going on, but it's all good. I'm built for it. You is too. So go ahead, let's get it, man. See you at the top.